to Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy.
Welcome to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor.
We're keeping it real, we're keeping it current, and we're keeping it fun.
Las Vegas's #1 real estate show.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
Call 310-MOVE.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
310-MOVE, the real estate guy.
Jacob, we're back.
We're back.
We're live.
How's it going, Las Vegas?
Well, it's happening. Real Estate Live here. Aaron Taylor, your host, along with Jacob Taylor, the real estate younger guy. That's what you change it. The real estate younger guy, Jacob Taylor.
I don't think it flows as well.
It doesn't flow.
We tried.
Well, we got a lot of stuff today, kid. Before I get into our sponsors and talk to you about the new baby, we're gonna have a great couple segments. One is on Mount Charleston. We're gonna duck dive into what's going on in Mount Charleston. How many houses there? You know, why do you want to live there? Why do you want to go there? All the exciting activities in Mount Charleston. So I'm excited to talk about that because I love Mount Charleston. Ride the Harley up there sometimes. My buddy Dustin's up there. Red Rock Canyon, Valley of Fire, Lake Mead. We're going to really talk about some real estate stuff up there, but just all the fun things that Las Vegas has to offer. We got some real estate numbers for you as usual.
We do. We got June statistics for you.
Yep.
A little bit of a surprise, honestly, but still doing well.
I heard something this morning from my buddy Brian Lebo. I love Brian, right?
Yeah.
And Brian made a good point, and I always say it too. I say the same thing. Any news, media, or outlet that you look at or watch or listen to, it's the negative publicity that makes people want to hear it, right? That makes people want to listen. Because that's why you're always hearing about a crash or the housing bust or why? What are you gonna? You don't want to hear it's stable. It's the same. It's all good, man. We're all good in the neighborhood.
That's not very entertaining.
It's really not. So, but I'm going to tell you right now, you can just turn off your radio, podcast, however you're watching us, and it's all good in the neighborhood. Our sponsors, hey, picture right here. Who's this guy?
Chris Sullivan.
My favorite buddy right here, Chris Sullivan, best attorney in Las Vegas. Love him. Anything that has to do with real estate, you know Chris Sullivan. He's your guy. We use him all the time. John McGibbon, Grape Street Cafe.
Our cheers.
That's our cheers. Matter of fact, I'm going to go out on a limb today. If you guys are listening, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. If you text me and say you want a gift card to Grape Street Cafe, I'm going to give you a $25 gift card to Grape Street Cafe.
Wow.
What do you think?
That's pretty special.
You might have to come by the office and pick it up. I don't know if I can't Venmo the $25 gift card. You have to have the gift card. You have to come by the office and pick it up. All you got to do is say, hey, I want one. Give me your name, and I'll have your number, obviously. And you come by the office, I'll have you on a list. The office is 8400 West Sahara. Easy to find. You can Google the real estate guy, 8400 West Sahara. You text me during this show, 702-498-3009. That is my cell number. I'm going to give you, just for listening, $25 at Grape Street Cafe. That's a drink, glass of wine, something. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
702
Not too shabby.
498 3009. 702 498 3009. See how many we get. And so that's Grape Street Cafe. We have Neo Mortgage, our mortgage company. You're looking to refi a house, purchase a house. You just want a second opinion.
Yeah, save her number. Save that name for about 6 months to a year from now. You'll be needing it.
Oh, you'll be needing it. It's going to happen for sure.
Refi booms.
Oh, yeah. All the lenders are going to start making money.
Start of 2026.
Economy is going to be going strong again.
2025.
Fidelity Title. #1, actually, I think it is #1 title company in the nation. Bill Foley owns the title company, also owns the Golden Knights. Pretty slick, right? Look, we're getting texts. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. People want those gift cards. There you go. 702-498-3009. That's the number. Get a free gift card to Grape Street Cafe for $25. 702-498-3009. Any other sponsors that I missed?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Vote for Victoria Seaman.
Oh, okay.
Got to mention that.
There you go.
It's coming up. It's around the corner.
It's gonna be
Victoria Seaman's our girl. And here's why. I'm just going to say 2 issues. That's it. That I care about in this town. #1, and I hope you agree, is law enforcement. They're there to protect us. Always there's some bad ones, just like there's bad realtors and bad lawyers and bad doctors. There's some bad ones. Unfortunately, police, there's a camera in front of them when they're doing something bad. Imagine if there was the camera in front of a doctor every time they did an operation. Boy, there'd be some lawsuits, right?
Oh, probably.
But law enforcement, she's strong in the law enforcement, keeping our city safe, keeping our strip safe for tourists. The homeless population, she's duck diving into that, really getting into the issues on how to make that better, especially right now when it's so hot, right? So Mayor-elect Victoria Seaman, please remember her come November. A good friend of mine. We love Victoria Seaman. Did I miss anybody else, Jacob?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
How's that granddaughter of mine, Rain?
She's doing good. She's a little over a week old.
Oh, get her picture.
They're getting accustomed to being new parents. Of course, you and Mom are helping out quite a bit with just
Look at that face. Look at that face,
having
Kyle.
a new boy.
Let's show the camera this face. My grandbaby, my granddaughter, right there. Look at that. She is something special. I'd say.
Rain, she's doing great. She's sleeping through the night, starting to get good 6-7 hours sleep sessions in, which is nice for me. And I'm gonna take a nap here and there. But it's been very fulfilling.
This is my first grandchild that's been in the same city born when I'm here. Because Tori's kids were born not in Vegas. Sid's kids, not in Vegas. Tina's kids, not in Vegas. So I've never experienced this, hands
To
on.
be around as much.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's just really exciting to see her and just hold her. I held her a lot yesterday. I really did. I'm convinced that she knows how I hold her versus you guys. I'm not going to tell you what I do, but I'm the only one who does it. I know. So she knows when I'm holding her. And she smiles with Grandpa, with Papa.
She's getting there. I think the reflex is starting to come around.
The thing is, she's smiling because she just stares at me. She knows my voice. Because I have the deeper voice.
You do.
All right. I don't know what time we're going to take a break, but we're just going to keep going. So let's get into Mount Charleston.
All right, what do we got?
I love Mount Charleston.
What's our inventory looking like up there?
Well, first I'm going to tell you, Mount Charleston has 23 houses that are available.
Wow.
I'm just going to start off with that.
What's the range?
450,000 to 12 million.
Wow, it's pretty.
And
large.
everything in between. But it seems like the majority of the prices are between 800 and 1.2 or 3. That's probably where 15 of them lie. Right.
And that gets you what?
Couple thousand square feet, half acre, 3-4 bedrooms, some woods. Yeah, like that. Couple nice ones at 2 million that are remodeled. But, I go to Mount Charleston a lot lately. You know that, right? Because I got my Harley. And I go with my buddy Dan, and we take off at 6 in the morning. We go the long way around my Lee Canyon, and we end up at the lodge, and we have breakfast. So,
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit more about that after the break? We're going to take a break here in a few seconds, and we'll fill you guys in on some more interesting facts about Mount Charleston and why you might want to be up there.
all right, perfect. We'll see you in a bit. Hey, we were just talking about, really quick, off the Mount Charleston subject, but prepaid tuition for a granddaughter, purchase her college now. You can make payments. You can do it all at once. It's a local rate, right? Like UNLV credit rate. Say it's $130 a credit. You need so many. And you can buy them now for when she's in college in 18 years, like Grandma did for you and Mimi. It's pretty cool. Doesn't pay for it all, but it really helps.
Definitely, it feels like you're probably a little more bang for your buck paying it ahead of time because college is probably going to be more expensive. And
Yeah, and I think it's something that grandparents should do for their grandkids. It's their legacy. Like, you always know that Grandma bought that college for you,
true.
and you always think about it because you know that. Come on, I want my grandkids to know that. And something else is coming up this week. It's pretty exciting next week.
What's coming up? What?
But I'm 61. No longer 60. 61. Old man. I was in a tow truck the other day. I'm just telling you this. Then we're going to go back to Mount Charleston, I promise. I'm in a tow truck, getting my car towed. Long story. I was in the tow truck for an hour with the guy, right? So we're talking, And I don't know. We got on the subject of kids. He has 3 kids. How many kids you have? I go, I have 5 kids and 16 grandkids. He goes, what? 16 grandkids? Dude, how old are you? And I told him, he goes, wow. He goes, I thought you were in your 40s. And I'm like, oh, you're working that tip, buddy. Of course I haven't tipped modern bucks, right? After that comment, are you kidding me right now? He goes, my dad's 55. Man, he looks like an old man. You look great. All right, I totally made that story up to make me feel better. No, I did. It was a true story.
All right.
All right, so Mount Charleston, 23 houses in ER. There's 1 in contingent, low of 450, up to 12 million. Do you know what the population is of Mount Charleston? You have any idea, Kit?
Had to guess. I don't know. I'd say like 10,000, 5,000. Is it only a few hundred? What is this?
I want you to remember this because I don't want you to feel awkward like you just did right now.
All right.
You're in real estate. You need to know this. It's up the street from us. Less than 500.
Okay.
Permanent residents.
Oh, permanent resident.
Right.
Okay.
Some of those probably just use it as permanent residency. They probably don't even live there
Yeah.
year round. But it says 477 as of 2022, so I'm going to say like just under 500. I don't think it's increased much in 2 years.
Hey, well, to be honest, I've never looked up at the stats in Mount Charleston. Never had a client out there. All right, so cut me some slack.
Because you so we sold several homes in Mount Charleston over the years. Always fun to go up there and do open houses in the summer, especially in the summer.
Yeah, I did that open house for one of your listings one time and spent the weekend up there.
That was pretty cool, right?
It was nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You tell me about Mount Charleston, and I'll let you go over all the fun stuff to do. Right? Just going to randomly here. Is Mount Charleston BLM land? You think it is or not?
Do I think it is?
Yeah. Well, it's got to be some, right?
Yeah, I'm sure quite a bit of it is.
Cool Weather Oasis boasts a combined total of 56,000 acres and is jointly managed by the U.S. Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management. So, yes. It's not owned, it's all BLM. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Okay.
All right, so there's that one. Let me ask you this question. Can you camp anywhere at Mount Charleston?
No.
Here's the answer. You ready? Ding, 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 ding. I wish you had some like Jeopardy music or some bells or something. Like, get involved here, Ashley. Okay, the land is run by the Forest Service, so you could technically camp anywhere you want, as long as you're 200 feet away from springs and trails.
So not anywhere.
Camp anywhere. If you like to camp on the height, the picks are, there are 2 flat areas at switchback turns on the climb up the Echo Cliff, starting after about 3 miles. Pretty much if you're 200 feet from those 2 things, you camp anywhere you want. What do you think about that?
Well, they do have a bunch of designated camping grounds out there too, it looks like, right?
They do, which you're going to go over. You don't go over the camping grounds right now,
right.
since we just talked about that.
So they got Fletcher View,
Yep.
Kyle Canyon, and Hilltop Campground. They all offer a serene camping experience out there.
And when I'm riding the Harley, especially early in the morning, everybody's out in the morning because it's nice and cool. Right now, it's about 90 degrees up there.
It's not much cooler up
It's no. Well, it's 115 here. I don't know what today. You know what is today going to be?
It was hot. I stood outside for a few minutes over here.
Yeah, it's
Kyle, and it was way too hot.
Before I ask you another question, my cell number for a $25 gift card to Grape Street Cafe, I've already got several. I'm going to give it to you again because we love to give them away. Glass of wine, beer on the real estate guys, $25. All you got to do is text me on your phone. And hey, keep my cell number too. You never know. You might know someone that wants to buy or sell a house, right, JT?
It's possible.
Basically, I'm giving you $25 to put my number in your phone. Come on, guys. Don't you get it? $25 I'm giving you. Put my phone number in your phone. Here's my cell number, 702-498-3009. And for your people that only hear in English but speak Spanish, or vice versa, 702-498-3009. 702-498-3009. Text me and say, here's my name. I want the $25 at Grape Street Cafe. Pretty easy. Okay, another question for you. You know Mount Charleston. Why is some of it closed? Why is Mount Charleston closed? Not every place, but there's a lot closed up there.
There is.
There
Or
is.
Is it closed? Is there some landslides or something? Or
You're along the right trail, yeah. So some popular Mount Charleston hiking trails are to remain closed indefinitely. The aftermath of washouts caused by Hurricane Hillary in 2023, that was just around the corner, continues in Spring Mountain areas. Cleanup efforts continue in the Spring Mountains after the aftermath. So I know some people that were up there recently. It says it's closed. You shouldn't go there. They went there anyways. I'm going to suggest don't go.
probably a little.
If they say it's closed, just trust them that it's closed. You don't want to be a casualty in Mount Charleston. Even if you break your leg and no one's there, they can't hear you, you might die. It's possible, right?
I guess it is.
I mean, it can happen. And because you might die in Mount Charleston, do I have that article? Did I bring it? I'm just going to tell it to you. Do you know there are mountain lions in Mount Charleston?
I do.
There are.
Got to be careful. out
Yeah,
there.
you got to be careful. And, there are people up there feeding them. What's wrong with you? You don't feed mountain lions in Mount Charleston. They got a community called Rainbow something, the community in Mount Charleston. That's the most populated area where there's cabins and things like that. They're out there feeding mountain lions. Don't do that. And you're not even supposed to feed the deer. You're feeding the deer and the burro and the wild horses. And, what do mountain lions eat, Jacob?
Hey.
They eat deer. So you feed the deer. The mountain lions come, they eat the deer. All right. Why is it called Mount Charleston? I'm going to tell you. Matter of fact, here. Read that one. Why is it called Mount Charleston? Jacob, why is it called Mount Charleston?
Well, in 1869, the Army Corps of Engineers Topographical Survey bestowed the name Mount Charleston on the highest summit of the Spring Mountains to honor the town of Charleston, South Carolina. Gotcha. I didn't know that, actually.
You didn't know, I didn't know
That's
that
an
either.
interesting fact.
I didn't know it till Surrey helped me out this morning. So, let me ask you a question, Jacob.
Yeah.
The lodge that's up there. I love the lodge. I love going up there for breakfast. It's pretty cool. Can you buy it? And who owns that place? Is it owned by a private party? Who owns the lodge up there?
Good question. It's owned by the Ellis Island Hotel and Casino. They own the lodge along with the village pub chain and are moving forward with a 2-story lodge and restaurant plan that will expand the restaurant and add more patio space.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Interesting. Have you ever been to the lodge?
I have.
They have a little bar in there in the back?
Yes.
A pool table? And of course they have poker machines.
Okay.
Video.
I didn't dabble in those.
Yeah, not good to have a couple drinks in the mountains and play video poker.
So what else? I know they got some. You said some of it's closed right now, but I guess they have some pretty cool hiking up there. For what I know of, right? I've been on a few of the trails myself. They've got Mary Jane Falls. That's probably the most popular one I'd suppose up there.
Remember
Mary
Mom
Jane
fell?
Falls. Yeah, it sprained her ankle.
Yeah, so the first part of it isn't so bad.
Then you hit the
And then
zigzag.
Just zigzags. And she fell all the way down, I think.
Yeah, it's easier going up than it is down on that thing. You gotta take it slow coming down.
You do. because
Depending on the time of the year you go, it feels very anticlimactic once you reach the little waterfall or big waterfall, depending on the time.
But I would call Mary Jane Falls like a moderate hike. Not super hard, but it's not super easy.
Yeah, it's only about a 3-mile round trip hike. And then one of the other more popular ones we have is Cathedral Rock.
My favorite.
Another.
Let me tell you about Cathedral Rock real quick.
Okay.
So Cathedral Rock, the first part of it, again, only the last like 10% is like going straight up. But the first part, it's pretty easy. You pass by a little waterfall. It's maybe not very little now, but it comes out pretty good in April, May, June. And there's a section of it that has hundreds of aspen trees. And if you ever heard aspen trees in the wind, it just sounds like this.
Just mention rattling.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's great.
Rattling.
And when I was your age, I actually ran up that and ran down that.
Nice.
So, yeah, good one. Go ahead, keep going.
All right, so that one again, it's about 2.7 miles round trip, pretty moderate hike. Then we get into the more challenging hikes, Griffith Peak Trail, 10-mile round trip to one of the highest peaks in the area. And then you have the South Loop Trail, which is a strenuous 16.5-mile round trip leading to the summit of Charleston Peak.
Did that with your brother Joey.
Now, of course, you did it with Uncle Joe.
Oh yeah, ended up at the summit. Oh, let me tell you, it was creepy because when we got to the summit, it was like June, I would say.
Okay.
Beautiful out. You get up to the summit, it's all snow. It looks like winter up there. And you're walking on these crevices and you're looking down and you don't know like what's stable and what's not. And Joey's kind of a lunatic. So he's just going over everything.
He's a nature guy.
He is a nature guy, so don't feel safe with him, but he feels safe with him.
So, all right, then the last trail we're going to talk about is the North Loop Trail. This one's a long one, the longest one I see. Another route up to Charleston Peak. It's around 18 miles round trip, and it's known for its scenic vistas.
So tons of hiking for sure.
Yeah, lots of cool spots up there.
Yeah. And then we have
And they got some skiing and snowboarding up there as well. of
Lee
course.
Canyon.
Yep, Lee Canyon Ski and Snowboard Resort, providing everybody with some winter sports fun, several different runs in a terrain park. They even do. I think do they still do tubing up there? I'm not sure. Winter time. I know we did that quite a few times as a kid. That was always a blast. Don't quote me on it, but I believe they do tubing up there if they still do
I
it.
think they do. And you know, it gets about 130 inches a year in snow.
Wow, that gets quite a
Yeah,
bit.
people don't really realize it's like, I mean, it's 30 minutes from,
North side.
from the north side. You're not going to travel more than an hour anywhere in Las Vegas to get to a
That's
huge
rush
beautiful
hour.
place. Yeah. Hey, let's finish up with Mount Charleston when we come back.
All right.
Let's take a quick break. Thank you for listening to Real Estate Live. I want to give you my phone number one more time if you want that $25 gift certificate to Grape Street Cafe. You just got to text me. Say you want it. You can buy the office and pick it up. 702-498-3009. That's 702. I mean, I'm going to pause for a minute because if you're older, you're probably yelling at your husband right now. Grab a pen. Go get a pen. It's $25. Baby, we go there all the time. Get a pen. $25 at Grape Street Cafe from the Real Estate Guys. 702-498-3009. We'll be back finishing up on Mount Charleston. Then we're going to get to Red Rock. Thanks for listening and see you in a minute.
Lake Mead, one of the largest man-made lakes in the United States. It straddles the border between Nevada and Arizona. It's about 24 miles east of Las Vegas. It covers about 247 square miles with a shoreline of approximately 750 miles. So it's probably bigger than you thought.
Yes, and it's hot. It's warmer out there than it is in town.
Yeah, sometimes it's pretty nasty up there.
So let's talk about the nasty part. Because, hey, there are some dead bodies in Lake Mead. I'm telling you right now, there are some bodies that get recovered all the time because of where the depth is, the levels of the lake. So let's ask you a few questions. First, let's ask,
I don't know if I'll have the answers to them, but you can shoot them away.
who do you think uses most of the water from Lake Mead?
Oh, I know. That's California, right?
You're right. Who uses most of the water from Lake Mead? The primary users are California and Arizona.
Yeah.
Something else I learned about Lake Mead. Could Lake Mead ever fill up again to like the maximum capacity? Well, for more than 20 years, the amount of water stored at Lake Mead has declined as the Colorado River uses have exceeded supplies, and climate change is making it worse. Today, Lake Mead is 36% full or 64% empty, however you want to say, with little chance of it ever refilling to the maximum. It said we would need 6 years of snowfall like we had the one year when they let the water out of Lake Powell into Lake Mead. You remember that? It rose about 20 feet last year. You remember that?
All right.
Yeah, it rose like
I don't stay too
20 feet. They let all the water in because Lake Powell was getting above its capacity.
Okay.
So they let it in, raised about 20 feet. Well, we need 6 more years of that. And then we'll have a filled lake again.
So it says here, this is interesting, the maximum depth of Lake Mead's about 532 feet. It's pretty interesting. I didn't know it got that deep.
It's pretty deep. And it will take actually says Lake Powell and Lake Mead are unlikely to refill for another 50 years. It would need 6 consecutive years of deadly atmospheric rivers to replenish.
Gotcha.
That's where the 6 years came from. Done with that. But Lake Mead is a great spot.
So what's there to do?
Boating.
All right, well, let's talk about what there is to do at Lake Mead, right? So then we got some boating, right? Lake Mead is a boater's paradise filled with several marinas offering boat rentals, including powerboats, sailboats, and houseboats. The popular marinas are Boulder Harbor, Las Vegas Bay Marina, and Calville Bay. And of course, there's some fishing there if you like to fish. Designated swimming areas, camping out at Lake Mead as well, and some different hiking as well. And just something I know off the cuff, just because I've done it quite a few times. They got Nelson's Landing out there if you're a cliff jumping fanatic.
I've seen you jump there.
Nelson's Landing is a really cool spot. A lot of locals know about it, but if you haven't been there, you might not. You know, we've head up there a lot during high school, college years. It's a really cool spot. It's almost like a beach entry. A lot of people drive their, four-wheel drive or trucks out there. I mean, I've taken, a sedan out there before. You could definitely get down there, but it's not as recommended. They've had some tires popped along the way, but Nelson's Landing is a really cool spot. Just looking up your maps guides you there, Google Maps or Apple Maps, and it's a super cool spot. I saw some, social media posts of it during July 4th, and it was packed.
We're going to be shocked when I tell you the median price of houses that are at Lake Mead and how many are for sale.
Does that count like?
Take a guess.
What is the area of Lake Mead houses?
There is 0 homes for sale.
I didn't know you.
And the median price is 0.
I was like, how far is the radius from Lake Mead to
Couldn't find anything.
Lake Mead?
Some mobile homes out there, I don't know if you can rent them or buy them, but they're kind of towards the lake.
Okay.
Right there.
But I feel like if you're out in Henderson or Boulder City, you're close.
You're right. Yeah, you're right there.
15, 20 minutes.
Calico Bay, Calico Ridge, I think is right before Lake Las Vegas. So if you're any of those areas. The closest house to Lake Mead that I seen at the peak was 1.3 million. And that was out by Lake Las Vegas. It was like the closest to the lake, at a view of the lake.
I'm going to give you guys some attractions real quick they have at Lake Mead. Of course, they have the Hoover Dam, of course. Boulder City, very nearby. I got some charming shops and restaurants and museums there. Willow Beach, a popular beach in Lake Mead, located in the Black Canyon. It offers fishing, kayaking, and beautiful picnic spots along the Colorado River. The Temple Bar, the quieter area of Lake Mead, great for boating, fishing, and exploring the desert terrain. And then the Valley of Fire State Park, located in southeastern Nevada. It is a breathtaking natural wonder, renowned for its stunning red sandstone formations and vibrant landscapes.
So we're going to tell you, get out to Mount Charleston in the summer. It's a great place. Get out to Lake Mead. If you're a little older, I would say bring a lot of water, maybe wait till September.
Yeah,
it's hot.
It's the water's warm enough for a good 6 months out of the year to enjoy it. Honestly, you don't have to go when it's 115 out and you're borderline getting heat stroke staying out in the sun for a few hours.
It was 120 something, I think, pretty recently.
Yeah, it gets pretty hot out there. And that water that kind of reflects the light almost. It just feels hotter when you're out on the water.
So the Lake Mead water, because it just sits, it doesn't get cool.
Yes.
It's not right now.
And some of it's just a little nasty.
I think the water, it is. The water's 90 degrees.
Probably. Haven't gone in the last few months.
So we're going to take a break here in a few minutes. When we get back, we're going to go over some housing numbers since it is a real estate show. But we did want to let you know all about Lake Mead and Mount Charleston and just kind of mix it up a little bit, since especially Mount Charleston has to do with real estate related.
Absolutely. I mean, people talk about there's just not a lot of nature stuff to do out here. And what do you know? Within an hour, there's 2 great places to head to. Get out of town for a bit and have some fun.
Yep. Then we hire the real estate guys. We're going to go over why you hire the real estate guys to list your property. And we got a few of our properties. We sell houses all the time from our radio show and our podcast. So we want to go over those few properties that we just took. And when we get back, so we'll see you in just a minute. Thanks for listening to the Real Estate Guys. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Real Estate Live. Aaron and Jacob Taylor, your real estate guys here. We got some houses for you. Jets listed, you know, we are the number one team that we represent the buyer and the seller. We sell a lot of houses. We market and advertise your house unlike no other real estate team in Nevada. It's amazing what we do. We still stick in the MLS. That's one of 10 things that we do to sell your house. That's paying a commission to the other side, if we even have to pay anything. Sometimes we don't. Depends on the house, right, Jacob?
Right.
We get the house sold. The podcast and our radio show on several stations, this is one of the ways we do it. Here's a house for you. 780 South Lawson Drive. The property is $500,000. It's a single story, 2,367 square feet on a half acre.
Awapa.
What do you think of that?
Awapa.
Is that Bawapa?
Yeah.
Oh, is that yours, Jacob?
It's
Nice. And it's a nice property.
a beautiful property.
We have listeners in Mawapa. What's next to Mawapa?
Mesquite.
No, Mesquite, and then there's before Mesquite, it's Mawapa, and then right next door to Mawapa is we list houses there too. Isn't good. It starts with a G.
That's a good question.
Anyways, half acre, larger than a half acre, 29,621 square feet, 2,300 square foot single story house.
Glendale.
Glendale, yep, they're right next to each other. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 500,000. Beautiful property. If you want to get out of the hustle and bustle, that's the house for you. Next one, 6204 Gubbit Crescent Court. It's $420,000. Craig Road, 95 in Craig. It's 1,916 square foot, 2-story, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Charming little house. Great property, 2-car garage. Check it out. House is less than 4 years old. Nope, it's built in 2012. Sorry. And just call the real estate guy. Easy to find. Google us. 702-310-6683. That's 310-MOVE is the real estate guy number. We're only on the air for a few more minutes. If you want a $25 gift card to Grape Street Cafe, just for listening, all you got to do is text my cell number, 702-498-3009. Come by the office, give me $25 to Grape Street Cafe. I know a lot of you old farts out there listening, like myself, would love $25 to Grape Street Cafe.
Just kind of come say hi to us.
Yeah, just because I pick it up. Text me, 702-498-3009. Nice house. We got one more.
One more house.
One more, we're done. 6630 Cave Rock Avenue, $569,000. It's on East Lake Mead and Mount Hood, all the way up to the top. Beautiful views, 3,168 square feet, 3-car garage, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Home is immaculate and beautiful. Call the real estate guys, 702-310-6683. So what's going on with the board?
All right, let's jump into some June housing statistics here.
You go over the stats. I'm going to say what the stats mean. You can say, hey, there's 80,000 homes in the market. People don't know the difference.
So just as I'm going to kind of give you guys a month to month as well, right? Kind of what happened in May, what happened in June, right? In May, we saw our median price, single family home sitting at $473,000. In June, it did increase, but it only increased to $475,000. We have seen a trend of it going up continuously all year. And on top of that, our condo townhome, our condo townhome median price, it actually didn't go up for the first time this year. It stayed stagnant at $295,000. We did think it might hit $300,000, but it remained the same. So we didn't see any raise in the median price of condos and townhomes.
You want to hear a crazy stat? You're talking about, median prices of homes, right?
Right, let's hear it.
In 2008, 16 years ago, right?
Okay.
Under $250,000. There was there's 1,300 homes. No, in June of 2020, so that's 4 years ago.
Okay.
In June of 2020, there was 1,300 homes for sale under $250,000. 4 years ago, 1,300. How many do you think are available homes under $250,000 now?
Single family homes?
Yeah,
10.
26.
Yeah.
That tells you something.
And they're all complete fixer-uppers.
Probably not a place where you'd want to live, maybe. Unless that's all you can afford, that's what we're going to get you. But good investment homes, and but only 26. That's wild, right? Yeah. And that's under 250. And now you can't even barely buy a condo or a townhouse for under 250. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. So I want to touch on this too, because this can help paint a picture of how the market's going too. So I like to go over kind of the sales every month as well to kind of show you guys an idea of what's happening, right? So in May, we had 2,400 single family homes sold. In June, we had 2,093. So we dropped a few hundred sales from May to June. Same with condos, townhomes. We had about 700 sales in May. Only about 600 sales in June. So what that tells me, well, less people bought in the month of June than in May, right? So maybe our demand's slowing down a little bit. Maybe it's just too damn hot to get out there and look for homes. Who knows? But we did see a drop in sales from May to June, and we didn't see the median price go down or anything. It barely went up, but not by much. So, we're still sitting at an effective availability of 2 months, right?
How many homes?
2 months supply.
Did you show that sold in June?
In June, I have 2,093.
Yeah, that's what condos and townhomes at.
No, with condos and townhomes, I have is 605. So it's about 2,700 total for June.
My numbers are a little off, but I do show 12 decrease,
Straight from LVI's data.
12% decrease over last year, which is crazy. 12% decrease in sales, but our median sales price went up.
Yep. So it just tells you what people are buying. People are buying the newer, fixed-up homes instead of the available inventory on the market. They're still going new builds.
Right, not a new builds.
And the newer houses that are maybe flips, right? We see a lot of flippers out there right now that are still doing pretty good. I see a lot of...
But we should sell... This time of year, normally, typically, is about 3,000 homes.
Yeah.
Single-family homes a month. June, July, August, September, that's where we should be at. I don't know how long us guys like me and Brian and Steve and all these people can say that, is eventually it's not the norm, it's just different, right?
What's old?
But I learned something from Brian's video the other day, because, I love him, right?
Yeah.
He's so analytical, I love watching his stuff. He said something that made sense to me. He said before the crash, which was 2008, right? If you're in real estate for 20 years, you refer to 2008, 2004, 2010. It's like it was just yesterday to us. But before the crash, in the United States, they were building 2 million homes a year. That was pretty consistent, right? 2 million homes a year. The following 10 years after the crash, it went down to 500,000, 500,000 homes a year. The last 10 years, it's 1 million homes a year. Now, I just painted a picture for you, and this is what's kind of crazy. During that time, though, we've added 30 million people in America, with 71 million millennials entering the stage of life to purchase homes. What does that tell you? We're going to have a housing shortage, and we do.
Well, we have had a house.
That's right. We don't have your typical...
Well, people can't afford the housing available or the housing inventory that's out there.
Right. We only have less than a 2-month supply of inventory. We need 4 months. We should really have 10,000 homes, provided we have 3,000 or 4,000 sales, right? The reason why sales are low is mainly because of interest rates. And we look at the two people that you're helping, right? That we're both helping together. The only reason they're selling or renting their house and buying another one is because their family's getting bigger. Yeah. They just need more room. They're in a 3-bedroom place with 3 kids.
Well, moving is very need-based right now.
Yeah.
Purchasing a home, selling a home is
way to put it.
Very need-based. People aren't buying extra investment homes necessarily, or they're not buying they're not upgrading or upsizing just for fun right now, like because they can or because their job's doing well. If anything, right, a lot of the numbers in the economy are either inflated or skewed to show we're doing better than we are. I think a lot of people are hurting.
Get a load of this. We had some investors that I helped recently. They needed to do a 1031 exchange. They had to put 50% down for the rent to cover the payment. That's crazy. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is they bought a townhouse for $400,000. Yeah, they had to put $200,000 down for the rent to make the payment and the HOA to break even.
Yeah, you can't put minimum down and expect rent to cover your mortgage. It's
I remember
close.
back in the
Really
day,
close.
dude, I was putting 5% down and the rent was covering the payment.
Yeah, it's no that those times are gone.
Those days are gone.
BlackRock, Vanguard, they own too much of our single family homes for that to have a possibility.
Right. So, you want to sell your house? Call the real estate guys. We're just about out of here. 3 great programs. Number 1, bam, what is it, JT?
List your house for as little as $1 commission.
Yep, which that means is paying an agent a commission is just like us spending money advertising your house on Google, radio, TV, all these things that we use. Hey, you decide what the commission is. We're going to go over the process with you. Number 2,
We'll give you cash advance if needed.
cash advance. We give cash advance as the seller. It's cash advance for sellers. Watch, that was loud. Huh? I don't know if the listeners can hear, but I heard it. Cash advances. The third thing we do, we'll put some lipstick on your house, paint, carpet, fix it up for you to get top dollar.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, thanks for listening to the Real Estate Guys every single week. We appreciate it. 702-310-6683. That's the number you want to call during the week.
702-310-MOVE.
Somebody will always answer. Stay cool out there, guys. Have a great summer. And we'll talk to you next week. Also, go to the realestateguyLB.com. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Las Vegas. Take care.
Real estate guy.